Hey crocheters, my name is Erin. I'm a crochet pattern designer. I love overlay mosaic crochet. And right now I've got this great summer mosaic crochet along I want to talk about. This is a collaboration between me and 9 other crochet designers, and I have been able to have chit chat with all or most of the designers for this blanket. Today I'm going to share a call that I had with Helen from Sunflower Cottage Crochet. Helen and I have been collaborating on projects for years, and I'm so excited she jumped on board to be a designer for this project. And I want to give her props because one of Helen's goals has been to really master the design process for overlay mosaic crochet. She jumped on board when I did the mosaic Nordic cowl. I had to work with her a little bit to make sure that the design was how it needs to go. If you know about mosaic, you know that the stitches have to line up just so in order for it to make sense for the technique. But this time around, she jumped on board. I didn't have to give her any hints, any clues, and I hope she doesn't mind me saying this, but I am so proud of you, Helen. Anyway, it's been fun to watch her grow as a designer and turn into a mosaic crochet designer, and I'm so excited that she accepted my invitation to join this Crochet-Along. Helen and I have actually met in person a lot of times, so in the call you might think that we're old friends, because we are. Helen is the designer of section 9 of this Crochet-Along. It's a sandcastle section, and I think her sandcastles are just so adorable. And don't worry, if you are not caught up with this blanket, maybe you're still on section 8, or maybe you haven't even started this blanket yet, not to worry. You can still find the free charts on the designers' websites, as well as purchase the full entire pattern. I've included links in the description, as well as links to Helen so you can get to know her more. So before Helen comes on, will you leave a comment below? Do you like to make sandcastles, or do you let other people do that and you get to enjoy them? Or are you one of those people who stomps on other people's sandcastles? Some kids do that for my kids, and it's just like, come on now. But on the other hand, I have another kid who likes to stomp on sandcastles. So yeah, to each their own. All right, I'm going to bring in Helen.
Hey there, Helen. How are you doing?
Hi, Erin. I'm fine, thank you. Enjoying some sunshine that we're getting eventually. So
Hey, yay. UK over there, you guys aren't known for your sunshine.
we get way more than what people think we do.
But I'm glad that you have some today. It
Mm,
ties in very nicely with our summery blanket topic today.
it does.
Yes. So Helen here is the designer of section 9 of the blanket, which is the sandcastles. When I think about summertime, of course, I think about sandcastles and beachy time and all of that.
Mm.
So, to start out, would you go ahead and introduce yourself to our lovely crocheters, a little bit about yourself and where you're calling in from?
Okay, I'm Helen, as Erin's already explained. I'm the designer behind Sunflower Cottage Crochet, where you can find me on all of the places as Sunflower Cottage Crochet. Um, Yeah, and I'm calling from the northeast of England, UK. So we are experiencing, as everyone said, some lovely sunshine at the minute, hence the glow I have going on today.
A little sunburn happening.
Yeah, and it's also kind of what inspired the Sandcastle section. We moved about 18 months ago, but before that, me and my family, we lived in a seaside town, so the beach was like a 2-minute walk from our house.
Lovely.
And it's traditional English beach. So you see all of the Victorian photos of the sand all covered in people wearing black and things. But some of the traditions have continued. So every summer where we used to live, there's a sandcastle competition, and kids and adults and everybody just goes down to the beach and gets involved, and
I
it's
love
oodles
that.
of fun.
That, lovely memories. Growing up nowhere near the beach, uh, smack dab in the middle of the United States in South Dakota, 24-hour drive from any beach. Uh, I just love sandcastles. They're just so fun. I feel like if I joined a sandcastle building competition, as someone who, has built not very many in her life, mine would not get first place. But but that's
Well, it's the consistency, isn't it, of the water and the sand. So,
Yeah.
If you want to get technical about it, I'm sure I could find somebody to explain it to you.
Yeah, should we bring someone on here? How to make a sandcastle.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so that is like your inspiration behind the sandcastle, and that seems like a perfect section for you to design. Uh, just a few days ago we had on Evelyn who designed the popsicles, and she does not like popsicles. So
Okay.
she's like, I think about popsicles for summer, but I don't like them. And now you're very tied, emotionally tied to sandcastles. So we love.
Yes, I am. I have to say, though, I'm not an ice cream person unless it's really, really, really warm.
Yeah. Uh,
Done
yeah.
ice cream.
There's something nice about when it's really hot. You just need to cool down a little bit. Popsicle, ice cream, something. Um, okay. So I want to know, what are your five favorite things about summertime?
Five.
I know.
Oh, well, the beach, obviously. It's really lovely. Sometimes it's just nice to escape there for the breeze that comes off the sea as well, isn't it?
Do
So
you get
yes.
in the water or you just like enjoy the breeze?
No, I have this phobia about fish and birds. So I won't go in the water because I know there's fish in there. It
Yeah.
doesn't stop the dogs though.
No,
The
they don't
dogs all
scream
love
enough.
it. Yeah. Um, so the beach, seaside fish and chips are just the best. When you come to England, you have to get your fish and chips from the seaside. I took Joanna actually from High Desert Yarn when she came and she experienced seaside fish and chips and she said they were marvelous.
Well, I need
So,
to go. Every time we talk, I'm like, I need to plan a trip.
yes, you do. Come and stay
Mhm.
with me, Erin.
Oh, I'd love that. So right now you
Um,
don't live on the seaside, right? You live elsewhere? Where do you live? I
well,
mean,
we live about
tell
half an
everybody
hour
exactly
or
where you live
so
so we can visit you.
from a beach. But yeah, now we live in the middle of Northumberland, which is like a farming county. So our village has about 250, 300 people maximum. We don't even have a village shop or a village pub here, and we're just surrounded by fields.
Ooh. Well, there is
But
something whimsical about that as well.
yeah, no, it's nice. If you want to go to the shop, you have to get in the car though. So, hey ho. But if you look out of the window where I am now, you can see the woods. So
Okay.
that's my, are we up to three favorite things for the summer is the
Yeah.
woods. Although we would move to the one place in the United Kingdom where we get poisonous snakes. So they're all coming out at the moment.
No way.
Yeah, nice
No,
little
thank you.
adders. But luckily, our dog barks a lot, so she scares them all away before we see any of them. Okay, so what else is my favorite thing? Watching the kids play badminton in the garden
Mm,
is really nice. And then having my niece and nephew over for the summer holidays because they run around the garden, they have water fights. It's just, they keep me young.
hey, you have like a cousin camp sort of thing where it's just like cousins running
Yeah.
around. Yeah.
Yeah, we did that at Easter as well. My little nephew rang me up and he was like, well, I think it's time, Auntie Helen, that we came for a visit. But his version of a visit was he was staying until he's 18. Luckily, my sister has a good sense of humour. But he does want to stay till he's 18, so I must be doing something right.
That's good. Auntie Helen's house is the place to be. Uh,
Yeah.
well, that sounds like a lovely summertime. Is there anything like when you think about summer and now you're an adult and you've got kids running around your house, what's like one of your favorite nostalgic memories about summertime where it's just like, ah, those were the days.
Oh.
I like to stuff.
Oh. Well, I guess it would be the day trips out. We didn't usually go for holidays, but we did do a lot of day trips because we were in driving range of going to Scotland or going to the Lake District or, Chester Zoo, that sort of thing. But when I was young, I'll have to confess, I was not a good traveller. So that was always,
Or you
yeah,
were the
quite
whiny,
an
complaining
ordeal,
type or the
really.
car sick kind of?
The car sick
Mhm.
kind of type. And one particular car trip that really stands out in my memory, I got sunstroke as well. And all I can remember was my mum going, "Oh, bless her." I feel so guilty. And me in the car, ooh.
Yeah. Hey, just to make yourself feel better, I don't know if this makes you feel better or just both of us were. Is I was the car sick kind too. And there was
Yeah.
many a family trip that I ruined where we started driving because we
Lucky
live
you
like in the
don't have
hills and there's lots of
actually.
windy windies and we like approach the windy windies and I'm like, I gotta go home. We gotta go. We can't do this anymore.
No, I don't think it helped that my brother liked it when they drove fast over the bumps. So, your stomach lurches when you're in the back of the car. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay, this isn't good.
I think eventually they developed some sort of plan where it was like there was a bucket in the car and Aaron always sat by the window with the windows rolled down or like sometimes in the front seat. Um, but
Mm.
yes, family memories of road trips and driving and it's a good one.
Mm.
Yay. Well, let us talk about mosaic crochet. Um, by now, we're at section 9 of the blanket. I hope everyone
Mhm.
is comfortable and crocheting this along. If you're just joining and watching this video for the first time, let us know in the comments whether or not you've tried mosaic crochet, if this is new to you or an old hat. Um, Helen, what would you say? What do you want crocheters to know about mosaic crochet?
Not to be intimidated by it. You know, Erin, I spent a long time being intimidated by mosaic crochet, crocheting it, designing it. It took a lot of egging myself on, I suppose, to actually do it. And it's really not as bad as what you're expecting it to be.
So when you finally did do it, how did you find it?
Yeah, I remember crocheting it up and thinking, oh, why didn't I do this before? But I was the same with corner to corner as well. I spent a long time wanting to try corner to corner and being intimidated by it, and now look at me.
Right? You got all sorts of patterns and projects and that's what I always tell people that the hardest part about mosaic crochet is just like starting, like getting over the mind hump of like I could never be good enough to do that.
Yeah, I think it's those ends as well, though, because you just cut them fairly short, don't you? And then it makes the project look not quite neat and tidy until you eventually do that last little bit.
Hmm. That's yeah, you kind of have to get over that, don't you?
Yeah.
So, if you're just joining us and you've never tried mosaic crochet, just start. It's easier than you think.
hmm
It's very true. Um, have you designed a lot of mosaic crochet patterns? Tell me about your experience with that.
Well, no, not really. I did the dollar horse for your first mosaic,
That mosaic Nordic
pattern,
cow.
Nordic. Yeah, the Nordic one. And then the next thing I did was your sandcastle. So it took me from doing the first one to actually giving it another go. What, 2 years
Hmm.
ish to
Yeah,
give it a go. But now I'm flying with it, I think. I think I've got the hang of it now, so that's quite good.
good. Well, we're chatting. Everybody knows this by now, but we're chatting very much in advance of release of this pattern, in late April. And you've released another collaboration, Mosaic Crochet, has it?
Yes, I have. Sorry, I didn't know whether I was allowed to mention it or not.
You talk about it.
So, at the time of filming, I'm currently involved with doing a mosaic crochet collaboration with Melanie from Simply Melanie Jane, who's done quite a few mosaic patterns. And we've come up with the idea of throw pillow panels based on a woodland theme because both of us live near the woodland. So we've got a collection of 8 pillow panels with owls and badgers and foxes and moose heads and, just what we think of when we think of the woods in our area that are about 18 inches square so people can turn them into pillows or wall hangings or bed runners or blankets or whatever they want to do with them.
That's cute. Y'all should go check that out. I'll link it here so they can see it.
Oh, thank you. But the squirrel and Melanie's sunlit tree section are free on our blog, so the charts and the written patterns are free if you want to make that particular pillow and just give Mosaic a go.
Yeah. Ah, love it. I like how you made it accessible where if people want to join in for free, there's those two sections. And then there's also if they want to create like the whole woodland theme, they can go ahead and buy that pattern. Love it. If I wasn't so crazy crocheting all the things, I definitely would crochet that. For my house, we live like at the foothills of the Smoky Mountains, and I grew up at the foothills of the Black Hills of South Dakota, and like, uh, I love me some woods. Mm.
Mm, yes.
Well, uh, lovely crocheters out there. Let's leave some nice comments for Helen in her Sandcastles section, and then just her as a lovely designer. Thank you so much for being on here. Everyone, go ahead, give her a follow, and we will talk to you later, Helen. Thank you so much for coming on, and I know we'll have you on again another time because I believe we've chatted many a time here about different collaborations and crochet-alongs. So this definitely won't be the last.
Oh, thank you for having me, Erin.
Hey, glad you're here. Everyone else, happy crocheting. Make sure to go work on the next section of the blanket, the Sandcastle section. We are almost done with this blanket. Just another section in the border to go, and we will have ourselves a great mosaic blanket. Great summer mosaic crochet-along blanket. All right, guys, happy crocheting.
Oh, thanks, Helen, for chatting with me. It's always such a delight. Wasn't it great to get to know her a little bit more? Was there anything that surprised you about our call? Let me know down in the comments. Something that I find really interesting is that only 5 of the designers are from the United States, including myself, and then the rest are from UK and elsewhere. So as I was chatting with the designers and hearing all their accents, I thought, hey, that's fascinating. We really truly have an international crochet community on here. So in the comments, tell us where you're from. We'd love to know. Please like this video and share it with a crochet friend who you think would like to get to know Helen as a crochet designer. And subscribe to Juniper and Oaks for more crochet related content and designer chit chats. Happy crocheting!